Hi, this is Maginoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, The Bad, and The Disappointing. I'm kind of like a surprising week, potentially, for some of you. Might think it might be unusual, but let's get right to it. The Good is Forever Evil number 7. Now, this book really surprised me in terms of the ending. It kind of delivered on what it was supposed to in the sense of it did some game-changing things, relatively put things back where they should be for the next writers for all the other books, and give you a launching point for the future. So all that stuff was kind of covered. Now, Finch did a great. I mean, I like Finch's artwork, but man, this guy's late. It takes him forever to do this thing. And same with Johns. I mean, the extra page count again just proved that you didn't properly edit your story to match the right number of issues, and now you just jacked us all by making us wait 2 extra months. But let's take a look here. Now, I don't really want to spoil too much, even though there's a lot of spoilers that are floating around, but I will say this. We get Warrior Woman betraying everybody. You have Luther really stepping things up and taking care of some business. And you also have some actual character death, which was actually kind of surprising. Now, the very, very ending, it's, of course, setting things up for what's to come. And I have a feeling some of that's going to be connected to the Earth 2 war type thing. Overall, overall, I'm happy with this, but I'm not happy with some of the inconsistencies that pop up between the issues. Like, for an example, when Cyborg first shows up, he brings Grid with him, but we all know that Cyborg was away from battle. He fought Grid with Metalman, and he left the Metalman behind to take care of the other supervillains. So why would he bring Grid with him and let Grid walk through a doorway and then collapse? It does not make any sense to me at all. And some of the other discrepancies are in the other books, but that's those other books' problems. Now, like I said, overall it was enjoyable, so I'll give DC props. They at least ended it pretty well, and that's all that really matters. You give a good ending. Now let's look at the bad. And that is Ultimate Fantastic Four number 2. This book is just, it's not even really fit for me to wipe myself with, because this art is just horrendous. This person, who is this artist here, who shall be named, Mario Guevara. Mario Guevara. This guy, he cannot draw the Invisible Woman to save her life. He can't even draw the Invisible Woman with eyeballs that are pointing in the same freaking direction. Look at this panel right here. You got an eyeball going this way, and you got an eyeball going this way, and it's doing the same thing here. Also, this picture here makes it look like she just suddenly gained 120 pounds. I'm like, please. This book is just, it's not even the banter between Namor and Dr. Doom isn't even entertaining, because it's the same lines that we've heard over and over again. They obviously we don't like each other. They try to one-up each other, talk some smack, but it's not even good smack. It's like they're not even trying type. And it's like they're not worthy of their time. And you have Dr. Doom looks like he's electrocuting the water to get Namor, but hey, what about everybody else who's standing in the water? Oh, magically it goes around them and only gets him. It's just freaking horrible. Horrible. And I just can't stand this book. I'm dropping this book. Period. I thought I was going to give it a try. Maybe we can see something good out of it. Can't see anything. It's not even worth this should never be printed. Period. Wolverine and the X-Men is the disappointment. This was such a good book, and Latour really is setting it up where it's kind of like this. You had Aaron, who did a fantastic run at times, then kind of started to lose it at the end. And Latoro said, you know what, why should I bother to achieve greatness like Eren? I'll just write pretty crappy and give us this really stupid ass story. And, you know, it's kind of like this. It's like, for me, there's certain storylines that, you know, they keep going to the well when they can't think of something to do. Like in this case, you know, it's Phoenix. So what are you going to do? You know, oh, there's a secret society. They're trying to get to the Phoenix powers. And, you know, there's trouble here with Apocalypse and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like, this, you know, in a sense, it's a lot of this book is taking stuff away from the kids of the school, because anytime these superpowered bad guys pop up, it's like, okay, everybody, let's send the kids to the shelters. I'm like, no, I don't want to send the kids to the shelters. This is called Wolverine and the X-Men, and this is supposed to be about the kids at the school, and that's the one thing that we sorely lose out on. Now, occasionally we do see some fighting with some of the kids who can't get into the school. I mean, into the shelters. But that's besides the point. The thing that made this book really good, made this book special from on the shelf of all those other titles, was the banter between the students, the unpredictability that was coming, the craziness, the randomness. And basically what they're doing here is giving you a standard superhero book where they're afraid to let other characters really shine, and they have to always have Wolverine and always have to have Storm right in the center of things, and they don't even give good villains. I mean, heck, you shouldn't even... How about this? I would like to challenge them maybe to not put a villain in for 6 months. You know, villain-free, let's maybe concentrate on the characters more. Let's concentrate on characters and develop them instead of, oh, here's a featured villain, send them away. You know, it's like, this book just had so much promise, and it's just pretty much quickly dropping to nothing. Worthless. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share, Facebook, Crunchyroll Anime Reviews. I'll have more reviews later, so until next time.